lesson is going to be about power chords, like you saw from my intro. So power chords are 2-note chords, or they can be 3 notes or two notes, depending. Because for some genres like rock and blues, sometimes holding the full bar chord could be really too muddy. So we use what we call power chords. Power chords are also known as fifth chords because they involve the root and the fifth. And then sometimes you can also double the root to have 3 notes. So it can be, for example, in G, it can be G, D, and then I double the root to make them 3 chords, 3 notes. Or I can have just the root and the fifth. So those are power chords. So today we are going to start with the open power chords, like we said, and we shall start with the A power chord, the D power chord, and the E power chord. So how do we play the E power chord? Rather, the A power chord, starting from A. So we look for the fifth. The fifth is E. So because you have A, B, C sharp, D, and that's the fifth note. So if you want to double and put the root as another root, remember this is also A, so we have this chord here. From here, so if I want to make it even fatter and bigger, without the sound getting out of control, I employ a technique called permuting. We shall be looking at permuting next week, so don't miss out on that lesson. I'll be taking you through all the techniques of permuting. Yeah. So hold your strum your A chord, A note, E, and then A. So play only those 3 strings. Make sure that the rest are muted. For example, I can mute this. Then this one lies on top of this, so it's kind of muted, and this one. So that is my A power chord. Then for my E power chord, still I start from E, then I look for the fifth, which is B, then I look for the other root, and I have this chord. It's like literally the E minor chord, but it doesn't have this third. So don't play it like this, otherwise it will sound like an E minor chord. Make sure that you play only 3 notes. So only these 3 notes. That is how it becomes an E power chord. Then we shall also do the D power chord. So the D power chord in this open position is, we have our D here, we have our A here, which is the fifth, we have our root here. So remember we hold the D chord like this. So we just remove this finger and use these 2 fingers, and make sure you don't play this note, otherwise it will become a D sus chord because of this note. So make sure that this one is muted. So, and you start from D to A to D. That is how it sounds. So I can play we are going to use down strokes for now, only down strokes, because So those are the open power chords, and now we can now take them even further across the fretboard using these very shapes. So like for example, the E shape can be employed here. If we find our A note here, then we look for the fifth, which is E here, then we look for the other root, which is A, and it is here. So we are using the E shape, and now we are making sure that the root is here. Then the A shape is here. So this is A, but now we're playing the D chord, which is here, and that is our A shape with this. Make sure that even when I remove this finger, this one can mute it. This one can lightly tap here. I think you can see. And then of course this one mutes these ones. So I can, then my E chord will be here, because the E chord is here. So the fifth is here, which is B, and the other root. So if I want to play this, play it here, I look for my A chord, D chord, E chord. So I have now look at the A shape, the E shape, the D shape now is what we are going to look at. So if I want to play my A chord in the D shape, if I want this power chord in the D shape, I have to go along the E string and look for the A note here. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On the 5th fret, I look for the A note. Then I look for the 5th, which is E. Then I look for the other root. So I have this. And if I want the E chord shape, D shape, the D chord, which is here, the 12th fret. So same shape. So if I want to play around with these power chords, let's say I want to play so it gives me a much fatter sound. And those are power chords. So the other way, sometimes if I want to make this thicker, I can put the 5th on top, and it will sound even much fatter. That power chords can be moved across the fretboard. They are movable shapes, so you can move them. You can play a power chord from anywhere. For example, if I want the G chord, if I want the F chord, power chord, so I can play my F. So you don't need to learn in another another power chord. They are just the same. Just get the shapes: the E shape, the A shape, then get the D shape, and there you have your power chords. So I'm going to demonstrate how it sounds in different positions and different shapes. So in the open position, sometimes you can even mix them. You can mix them up. You can play, for example, A shape. So my D shape, which is A, like that, and you mix them up. The other thing to note is that power chords are neither minor nor major, so they can be played really easily, and it's one way of guitarists cheating, especially rhythm guitarists. You don't have to play all the notes in the chord, because they are literally being played by probably another instrument. Maybe the lead guitarist is playing something and you just giving support, rhythmic support to your band, and all you need is the power chord. The acoustic person is already playing these other notes, so you're really giving a supportive role, and all you need is that. So you create space for others as you play, and you also have fun. So I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson. Remember to subscribe just in case you haven't. Give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment in the comment section so I can respond to any questions that you have. Yes, and see you next week, where we shall look at more techniques, more rock and blues soloing techniques like palm muting, playing scales, pentatonic riffs, and things like those. So I'm glad to be with you on this journey. Subscribe, enjoy, and see you next week.